They'll be calling you a radical. Back to the Pacific Genocide, the Great Pacific Genocide. By the way, I have that domain, I have that word copyrighted, so go ahead, slander me, go ahead, attack me. I'm going to talk about Bill Gates. He's come out 80 billion. I'm going to talk about this piece that's been written about Yucca Mountain. People in Nevada that are going after Yucca Mountain, I want this very, very clear, very clear. You have much more danger from San Onofre and Diablo Canyon than you ever would from Yucca Mountain. Is it a horrible option? Oh yeah. Keep making more of this shit. So I want to talk about the rats and the trolls and these postured and fake and everybody that's gone along with this. Number one, if you do not believe that the Pacific Ocean has been genocided, you are a fool in a very acute way. You are an epic fool. Number two, you're either one of three things. One, you're mentally disturbed, sick, degenerate who wishing karma on themselves, you know, really wishing karma, death via cancer. Two, you're paid propagandist. Or three, you've got some kind of vested interest in the nuclear cartel, which a lot of people do. There's a lot of money in that cash cow. A lot of people think. So go ahead, brand yourself in history. So let's talk about anchovies and sardines. One, do you know that the freaking entire Pacific has been closed to all sardine and anchovy fishing for 2 years now? Completely closed. The United States freaking comes out themselves. This is NOAA. NOAA comes out themselves and says, even though it's been closed for a year and a half, they're not coming back. 98% collapse. That's NOAA's data. Two, the salmon. I talked to the Alaska Fishing Game yesterday. I was on the phone with them. So the Kenai just started. They look okay, but they said the rest of the numbers are way down. The further south you go, the worse it gets because of the Japanese current, because of the California current. Southern Oregon, it's a catastrophe. I mean, California, total, acute collapse. This is nothing. So as I'm walking, I walked the entire way, starving to death sea lions by the hundreds. I mean, literally starving to death by the hundreds of thousands. Here, I mean, in a very acute fashion. This is not. More whales have washed up dead on the coast of California in the last 18 months, really in the last year, than the previous 300 years combined. That's freaking Berkeley themselves. UC Davis got leaked to me, Egghead, which is their blog, before and after tide pool photographs of the exact identical tide pools from 2011, 2015. Now, salmon go to sea for 5 years. A lot of people, they head north, they come out. Let's remember, in 2010, 2011, they had capitulated, put $1 billion into this industry. They had record escapement. Absolutely record escapement. They had record, now, they go to sea for 4 to 5 years. It took time to pollute this thing. It's not pollution, it took time to radiate the sea. So these guys come out and say, all this, now look, this data that's been presented by Buser, all that is the KOK cesium freaking. They're only testing cesium-134, cesium-137 in the very close proximity. And it's a very shallow study. It's not studying for Pu-239, Pu-240, strontium, any of these things. And all it's saying is that it's cute because why? That's why why do you think they use cesium? You know what the half-life is? So this report is total bullshit. The half-life is freaking 2.5 years. It's been 5. Of course it's returning to normal because that half-life's over in that particular killer. But not strontium, not plutonium. This thing's an ongoing event. And the ocean, look, I'll quote Teddy again, Roosevelt. For the critic does not matter. For the people that get into the arena, myself, Dana, we've done the work. I mean, we've actually been, you know what kind of, I don't people have any clue what kind of hardcore work this is to do this work. I mean, I'm full of critical condition. I was in the Acute Bone Marrow Transplant Center yesterday. I was down there visiting. They have a new sign right as you walk in on their new, on 7, up there at East 8. Nuclear medicine. You know, I have tattoos up me. I have my tattoos. You know, my scars. Bone marrow biopsy. I want everybody to Google a bone marrow biopsy. Google. I had lots of them. Central line in my jugular. Look, it's unarguable. This is a major ecological collapse, the Pacific Genocide. You know, that sticker at Diablo with Mothers for Peace. This incredible fight. So Bill Gates has come out, and I told all you guys they were going to circle the wagons. And this is a big deal. So Bill Eugenics, now if they use my word perfect software that still can't even contract a capital word that's misspelled, that I stole right here in Utah from Word Perfect and No Mail, and Eric Schmidt coming and gutted Novell, and then he become the globalist freaking NSA rat called Google, scumbag. He's a globalist rat. He stole everything he had. Yeah? What are you doing with that? So, this globalist rat, now remember in India, Bill Gates has been tried, brought to trial, of course he doesn't show up, for mass murder of 20 million children in India. He's a eugenicist. So is John Holdren, a eugenicist. These are sick, evil creatures. He stole everything he had, everything. He never invented anything, he stole everything he had. You know, Zuckerberg on Balco. So, he says he's going to dump 80 billion. Now, you know they're on the ropes. We've taken down 20 reactors just, I mean, our work, we're all over. They are not going to go down easily, and they're not going to work this time. So, I will tell you, vloggers and bloggers and you rats, you paid PR rats and trolls, who, you know, I love it how they'll say that they're anti, you know, what this, they're paid rats and trolls that don't ever come out of their basement, don't show their face, don't ever do any work. It's all right. So, they're paid propagandists by Edelman. They're paid propagandists. So, brand yourself in history, because you're not going to be able to take it back because you think, oh, I can just pull this down when this comes out, and it's going to come out. It's only a matter of time that some of these scientists break ranks. The Obama administration is getting ready to leave office, and that's when this is going to break loose. Even though rat Queen Hillary freak is going to probably be there, you know, that, I mean, globalist rat, but look, it's going to be a whole new day. You can't cover this up. The ocean is collapsing in a very acute way. Starving to elephant seals, I've seen them by the thousands, eating dirt, shriveled up to nothing. All up in the rescue missions, I mean, it's stark, dramatic and acute, like my cancer, acute, not chronic, acute. You know, when I got cancer, I went from 170 to 130. They're full of leukemia, a lot of them, and it's been verified. The tide pools are all empty. I mean, they're completely empty. They're freaking dead. I mean, I've walked it. I've looked at hundreds of thousands. You can argue with it. I did the work. You know, put me on a lie detector. Yeah, there's video proof everywhere. What more do you want? You watch me suck up to 119 pounds. Watch me come back. What more do you want as far as, there's this, what, you think I just drilled a hole in my jugular vein for fun? You know, hello, AMLOS de Nouveau, a death sentence, I survived. I've watched the fight, the Pacific Genocide, and I've never said it was going to kill it all the way. I've always said you're no match for her. She's going to fight back, and she's going to fire back. And that leads me back to Yucca. You know, that leads me back here. I'm telling you, they're way ahead of schedule, San Onofre. I'm there all the time. I'm there all the time. Now think about this. The guy who's documenting the death of the Pacific Ocean lives how far away from the Pacific Ocean? I'm in northern Utah. You know, I'm battling these guys. One guy got Blue Castle nuclear reactor kicked out of the state. That's the one they're trying to build on the ground. One guy. It's unarguable. Me. Google it. One guy got Energy Solutions and 700,000 tons they tried to put kicked out of Utah. One guy. The MOX fuel coming from Savannah River into the freaking hole in freaking Texas. They don't know in Texas shit, just like Jeff's when he went there. Wait till they find out. They're going to go crazy. You know, so, yeah, it's a horrible idea. You know, I'm all for the consent. You know, they say the consent, but who's going to consent? Now, Idaho right here on the border, you know, that here is 14th, but I'll probably be San Diego because the Reagan, there's going to be a motion filed this week, I understand, another motion to try to push Bonner and those guys off their ass to get them moving because they can't do anything. You know, some big heavy hitters are going to move in, and this is going to get real because she's already ruled goes ahead against GE, and it's going to be class action to the 10th power. This will take them down. This acute, nasty situation, there's no turn off switch. This thing, to think, this is the definition of insanity. You know, that little guy was born days after Fukushima. Days. He was born in March of 2011. You know, I have a pair of those 11s. Anybody who thinks that you have, and I've always reported this as I always report Denani was in meltdown too. I've always just said Fukushima. I don't say Fukushima Daiichi. It's Fukushima Daiichi and Denani. They've all been in meltdown the entire time. They're pushing in the ocean the entire time. Now the eugenics experiment called Japan. life expectancy is headed off a cliff there. You know, remember when those people used to live to be 105, 106? They were famous for it. Huh, look what we did to them. And it's, do not kid yourself, United States Department of Energy runs that dog and pony show over there. TIPCO is a patsy to the 10th power. They are dumping in the Pacific Ocean. They dumped yesterday, they'll dump today, they'll dump tomorrow, they'll dump the next day for time and all eternity. To think that they can dump gamma rays from hell, Livermore's own words, into the Pacific Ocean for 1,950 days. I think we're 1948 or 49 today, Truman, you know. To think that that's pouring into the ocean all day, every day. Multiple freaking meltdowns, multiple blowing up, spent fuel pools blown to smithereens all over the island of Japan for that many days, and think that's not going to freaking genocide the Pacific Ocean? That is the definition of insanity. Just like free market fairy tales, outsourcing our jobs, TPP is good for America. Just like NAFTA is good for America. Worked out nice for you, the science fiction economics. You can go ahead, my own conclusion, degenerate America. That's what we are. These people are degenerate, and everybody that's out there, everybody come out. You go in denial because it can't happen to Mimi, and they're all named Mimi. M-E, 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 not M-I, M-I, M-E, M-E, Mimi, 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 hi Mimi. Go ahead, and this is a heavy, hardcore subject matter. In our army, if you're not willing to do the work, whatever, that's okay. You know, because the work is the life. And this is hardcore, and it's gonna violate you, and it's gonna upset you, and it's gonna piss you off. And it's good, otherwise you can't handle the heat. Get that out of the kitchen, for real. Because when you get your turn, I was head of the support group for leukemia. I said so many people, I'm telling you, when you get it, I'm telling you, when that cancer gets into your body and they use the word acute on you, just like Fukushima is acute. This is not a chronic death of the Pacific Ocean. This is very acute. Salmon go to sea for 5 years. The Bonneville numbers at 232,000 should be way north of freaking a million right now. Way north, and that's by volume, not by weight. I'm here to tell you. You can go into Neb because I've watched hundreds of people, and they come in there and they take that kumbaya up. Oh, everything's okay. The doctor says okay. Everything's good. They all die. They all die. Oh, wow, that's very cool. I like that a lot. Very good work, young man. So, you know, I love my children, I love my grandchildren, I love your grandchildren, I love your children. Now you, as the baby boomer, I love my enemies, but you sure are my enemies. You love to attack a cancer. Look, Dana Dunford in his wheelchair. I was legally handicapped for a long time, legally. AML leukemia, legally. You want to attack me, go after me, what do? You know, just try to save you, just try to call out the rats and the trolls and the evil people that are trying to kill you. I'm just trying to save your life. If you can't handle that, then, you know, degenerate America, go for it. Because when you get cancer and you think you're above it, you think you're all above it, you're just drinking juice, smoking weed, do everything that's going to be. Good luck to you. I was in that unit. I'm the only one left alive out of that group. The only one. And my daughter says, well, it's got to be a lot said about the way you fight. Yeah, intensely, and it violates a lot of people. Because the truth the truth is up right now. Big time. You know, let's stop kicking this can. Let's make some rational decisions. Get rid of this waste. The repository in Germany's going to go. So I'll be traveling soon. You know, this fight, you haven't seen nothing yet. Because I'm getting healthier and stronger. I've been sick for 5 years. Really sick. Really, really sick from Fukushima. You know, AML leukemia into my guts. And I want to tell you, when I was in that bone marrow transplant center, it was horrific. It was horrible. It was horrible pain. You know, they have a scale in there, 1 to 10 pain, right? You're 10, then they have leukemia pain, whole new animal. It was horrible. And I'm a tough guy. Really horrible. You know, and I fight for the Pacific Ocean. And you're no match for her. She's going to fight back. We're going to get a tsunami. I was talking to personnel. Oh, we don't get tsunamis here. Long life residents. So we're over at the beach. We're the well washed up, dead. Then we're over at, you know, Santa Monica Pier. And then we're over there. I mean, it's the whole nightmare. You know, what a joke over there. I said, so we're walking park lot. And he says, oh, so we don't get tsunamis. So why is that sign right there? Oh, why is that siren right above your house? That's the San Onofre siren. It's been disabled. Why is that right there, huh? You don't even see what's in there. People walking along the beach, they don't even see the dead tide pools. They don't even see. They're playing volleyball, pismo on dead birds. I'm like, you're playing on dead. Oh God, I didn't know it's a dead bird. It's amazing how hypnotized and how gone the American populace is. You know, the strength that breathes in me, the Pacific Ocean. I fight for her, she fights for me. It's a cute mass murder, you know, and everybody stood down, not me. You know, by the way, the Great Pacific Genocide, Pacific Genocide, I have those words copyrighted. I have them, you know, those are mine. You know, oh, did I earn them? I earned my red feather, and that's not my words. That's the Lakota Sioux, right to me. Sent me, made me one. Sent me, the chief. One of the chiefs, or one of the, you know. What's the matter? That'll drive you crazy. Now you pick up that tape, you don't want it going into the environment, blowing away. So, stand tuned. I earned my red feather. So you come after me, throw that karma on you. Go ahead, because I'm on the right side of history, and I'm doing the hard work, and I'm surviving this Fukushima. So go after me, quit me, do it, or I ain't gonna quit you, I ain't gonna quit you, I ain't gonna, go ahead. You know, that's all right, go ahead. With our small army, we're gonna fight on. With or without you. I can't live with or without you. Well, I'm gonna live, and we're gonna fight. We're gonna freaking save part of humanity. We're gonna save part of this ecology, and we're gonna at least try to defend her. Why the rest of you just watch it and go out and you're apathetic. Oh, this is nothing, and your lies in your basements. You know, go ahead. Stand tuned and fight on, brothers, sisters, children.